everyone, how many times you kind of wondered, well, what is hypnosis? What is the mindset? You've heard a lot of people talk about the mindset. You've heard a lot of people talk about how you need to focus your mind on something. How many times have you heard that hypnosis is not for Christians? How many times have you heard that there's a lot of things that you shouldn't be doing, but yet you continuously do them anyway? Well, when it comes to the Bible, because I'm a Christian myself and I do follow God, obviously, I have not gone to a church for a while because of a lot of the different things within the church, which is fine. I also wanted to point out something very clear that in the Bible, God continuously talks about guarding our mindset, guarding our thoughts, which is essentially the mindset, is it not? When it comes to hypnosis, that is a mindset, is it not? You either agree with it or you don't agree with it. Either way, you go into it every single night, a half an hour before you go to bed, and the first half hour when you wake up. That's the most crucial time to be able to learn anything and to be able to do anything to make those changes in your life if you don't have somebody who is a certified hypnotherapist like myself. I've gone to college, I've had over 700 hours into this. I know exactly what I'm doing, I know exactly what I'm talking about. So when it comes to the mindset, aka hypnosis, have you ever noticed that when you focus on positives that you start to see the positives around you? And if you see negatives, well, you get my point. You start seeing negatives. And in the Bible, there's a lot of times God talks continuously, like I said, about guarding that mindset, guarding your thoughts. Where are you lending your thoughts to? If you look around you, you will easily find out what's important to you by your activities throughout the day. So if you're watching TV and what you watch, you are being hypnotized when you watch anything because the mind likes to conserve energy and it tries to conserve energy by shutting off different things that's not necessary. You're watching a movie, that's why you cry, that's why you laugh. And so you're kind of wondering, well, what does that have to do with if hypnosis is for me or not? It has everything to do with it. See, the thing is that before I went into hypnotherapy for myself, I needed to research. I did a lot of research. I did a lot of research. I asked a lot of people. I got a lot of different thoughts on it. I got a lot of different things that, I talked to different people, and really what it came down to was God continually said, guard your thoughts. He constantly said the power of life and death is in the tongue. When you build somebody up, you build them positives. You say positives. You focus on positives for that person. And if you want to tear somebody down, you easily can spew a ton of negative things to a person, to anyone really, and that'll bring them down. Well, that's exactly what God's talking about in the Bible with the power of life and death is in the tongue. He also says to meditate on his word. So when you're meditating on his word, what you do is you take a Bible verse, for example, Luke 1:37. That's the first one I ever remembered, and I worked on recalling it, which is, for with God nothing is impossible. So knowing that with God nothing is impossible, you're constantly letting others tell you what to do. You're letting others dictate your life. And granted, our experiences come at a rather early age, from the time of conception to the time about 7 or 8 years old, when we start figuring out, no, the world is not like mom and dad always have it. And as you get older, those different thoughts continue to help your path in life. Well, the thing is that you can go to church like what I did for years and years and years. And I haven't found a church home that is accepting, which turns people away. It also, in my case, when I did find a church home, when I left it, I learned more about the Bible than what I ever did learn in church. See, there's a difference. I call them people that are the 1 hour Christians and the ones that are 24/7 Christian. Well, I'm one of those 24/7 Christian. You're not going to get God on me at all whatsoever. It's just impossible. So with God, nothing is impossible. Well, with the help of God, nobody will ever get God out of me because I am strictly his. I am a child of God's, and you are too. And knowing that, being able to read your own words, being able to read. I mean, like, this is where the secret's based out of. Law of attraction, you want to know where it really comes from? He talks about something about this book that he studies. He talks about all these different things about the last 2,000 years they've known about this secret. It's been the most sought after secret. It's been everything. And you know what it all comes down to? The Bible. Every last positive, every last self-help book out there on the market is taken from this book. Every last one of them. If you don't believe me, you'll start to notice the differences time after time after time. You'll notice the differences every self-help book. Because when you're depressed, you want to bring something up, you want to bring up the positives automatically. Well, to bring up the positives, you need to read good words, do you not? So when you're reading, you want to make sure that what you're reading is positive. You want to listen to positive music. You want to listen to those different things. And so when you're asking yourself, is hypnosis for me? I will tell you right now, it is for people who want to be empowered. It's for people who want to believe something greater than themselves does exist. It's for people who do believe that something greater than themselves do exist. It's for people who understand the concept of reality is whatever you create. You can create your own reality. In fact, you've already created your reality by when you look around at yourself. When you look around your entire world, you created that reality with the help of God. There is no you did it yourself 100%. You did it with the help of God when you created your reality. So the reality, whether it's good or bad, indifferent, it doesn't matter. You created that reality. You want to shift that focus. You want to get out of that reality. You want to get out of there. You want to get out of the trenches. You're tired of being broke. You're tired of being hurt. You're so sick of it. You just want something better. I will tell you right now, then hypnosis is for you. And even if you are at that point in your life when things are going really good and you're really happy, you want to keep that pattern of happy, healthy person and everything, then I'll tell you right now, hypnosis is still for you because you can still work on self-confidence. Because I guarantee there's still little things in your life that have bugged you at one point or another. Just different little things like you're not good enough. Well, that can't happen to you because that's not your reality. You can't make more money than your parents because, well, that's not your reality. And when you win the lottery, that's when things are going to change. That's when your things are going to get better. And guess what happens to all those people that win the lottery? They lose the money because it's not in their life script to make more money than their parents. You don't believe me? Look at their income before and look at their income after they win the lottery. Look at how well they spend their money. Look at how they spend their time. Find out real fast about a person, about how they spend their time, what they're doing. And I spend all my time reading God's word, doing my hypnosis, and I spend all my time doing that besides taking care of my kids. You'll find out real fast that my time is not spent on TV. It's not spent on the news. It's not spent on any of that. It's 100% spent on improving myself, making things happen because you know what? I am bound and determined to make my life count. And if you're willing to make your life count, you want to make your life count, you want to be able to have things positive in your life happen, you want to start shifting that mindset, you want to start doing those things, you want to improve your life, you want to be able to be the top of things in life, it's 100% possible. And I'll tell you how. It's shifting the mindset, changing your mind, being able to get those positives, make them unknown. Because right now, anything that you are not used to, your brain sees as the enemy. It sees it as a negative. And when it doesn't see the negatives, you're kind of wondering, like, well, is it just me that deals with this? I don't know what to do in things with life. You know, you're scared of things that are unknown. We're all scared of the unknown. The difference is you can use hypnosis to make it faster, to make that into a known. Take something that you already know, make it into a known, and guess what? Your life will change. So at the end of the day, when you're kind of wondering, why should I have hypnosis? What does it have to do with me? It has everything to do with you because in order to go to sleep, you must pass through hypnosis. That's the state of between awake and sleep. And if you don't believe me, don't go to sleep. Either way, if you don't go to sleep, you'll still go into hypnosis because you have to do it. And if you want to focus on positives, I highly suggest staying off your phone and off of electronics that are negative and half an hour before you go to bed and a half an hour when you first wake up in the morning. If you focus on positives, during those time frames, guess what? The rest of your day will be positive. Enjoy, and I hope you watch my video and you share it with your friends.